The trick is to make content you actually enjoy. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. It's not always easy for people to admit their mistakes, but here's a VTuber known as Mari Yume that what's it? Put out a video about 7 mistakes that they made as a VTuber. So, are there mistakes that we can avoid ourselves? Are there mistakes that maybe apply to me? I hope not. Let's find out. I know I do commit VTuber mistakes. Also, there. Okay.
Ever wonder how you can be successful like your favorite VTuber? My
Yeah.
favorite VTuber is Nyanners. I really like her content. In fact, I liked it so much that I thought copying her would make me a successful VTuber too.
You know what? Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, so I thank you. Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Michael!
But as you can guess, it didn't help me grow. And when that didn't work, I tried copying from other popular VTubers instead. I literally did the exact same things they did, but I still wasn't growing. I just kept making so many mistakes, I almost gave up VTubing. I just thought it wasn't for me and I wasn't cut out for this. But thinking that was also a mistake, and that's why I decided to make this video. Hey Bobas, if you clicked on this video, chances are either my clickbaiting title or eye-catching thumbnail caught your attention. Good, now you're trapped here listening to me rant forever.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Just kidding.
I mean, that's how my videos work too. I put out the clickbaity that I can to get, what's it? You put out the thumbnails and titles to get the as many eyes as you can out there. Oh, you're totally fine. No need to fret over that. I appreciate all bits of interaction, but it's nowhere near required for my streams and stuff.
It just means I did a good job marketing this video to you. Making good content is finally paying off. But you know, I wasn't always good at being a content creator. I have made so many mistakes, and most of my content was literal dog poop. Yeah, that's right, poop. That smelly stuff that no one wants to pick up when you're walking your dog. You know you should pick it up because it would be bad if anyone caught you walking away. Well, when that happens, you're left with two choices.
Don't forget the red
Either
circles
pick
and
it up or
arrows,
leave it there.
yeah.
Well, being a VTuber has similar choices. You can either clean up your mistakes and start improving, or you can leave it there hoping no one will notice. In each situation, the choice is yours, but no matter what you choose, it's going to reflect on your growth as a content creator. Not the dog poop situation though, that just reflects on if you're a jerk or not. I want to be a good content creator, and I'm sure you do too. So I decided to make this video to talk about the mistakes I made when I first got into VTubing.
Yeah.
I don't want you bobas to make the same mistakes as me, especially since so many of us have been fed a ton of BS with growth tips. Arigato gozaimasu! You're welcome, VTuber-chan. Now let's talk about my first mistake, and that was becoming a VTuber. Okay, that's
True.
it. The video's over. Now you can click off. I'm just
Thank you.
kidding. Well, kinda. But wait, Mari, what do you mean by that? Well, it has to do more with being a part of the community. You know how there are literally communities for pretty much anything that exists, right? Being a content creator, you have a lot of different options when determining what community you want to join and focus making content on. Well, yeah, that's why I want to join a whole bunch of them and then make lots of friends. That way I can grow and become famous. No, you don't, because that's what I try to do too. I first watched Nyanners on YouTube way back when she would just make videos doing parody voice clips. Her content has changed a lot, and I mean a lot since then. She went from silly skits to song covers to ASMR to VTubing and now to stardom. I saw her in so many different communities too, like the anime, the video game, and cosplaying community. Everyone thought how friendly and cool she was, so everyone wanted to talk to her. Yeah, exactly, and seeing her grow made me feel motivated to want to do the same. So I started talking to so many people in a whole bunch of different communities, thinking that it would help boost my following like it did for Nyanners. And it actually worked. At least, I thought it was. You see,
Yeah, that's sort of how I think it works. Like, you're not going to get a ton of viewers just by going into a bunch of different communities and being a member of those communities. Like, I'm in a handful of communities, but I don't make a lot of time to message in those communities. It's more of being kind of present there and having a positive look, I guess, in those communities. Not so that everybody will just like check you out instantly, that it's more of people get to know your name, they get to know what you're like, and then they're a little more inclined to click in on streams, but that's not really the best way to network, to be honest.
All these different communities were talking about her, not to her. People genuinely enjoyed her content. Yanners managed to entertain so many different people at once. From there, she started posting a lot more variety of content and kept growing. So, naturally, I started mingling with different people too. I tried to make a bunch of content for all these different communities, and while it did help boost my follower count, my videos and my streams are still getting little to no views. People just didn't really seem that interested in my content. Wait, but why? I thought you were making content that suits so many different communities like Nyanners. Yeah, I was, or at least I thought I was, but people were subscribing to Nyanners content for her, not really for themselves. I made the mistake trying to cater to everyone. It's actually incredibly difficult being active.
Yeah, you do not actually want to try and cater your content to specific people. Honestly, the best thing to do is cater your content to yourself. Put out the stuff that you want to see more of, because you're not the only one that thinks that. That's been working for me with commentary on the VTuber community.
In so many different communities. I couldn't keep up with posting and making content every day on social media like Nyanners and all the other popular VTubers. But how come Nyanners and all the other VTubers are able to do it? Because they don't spread themselves too thin like me. It took Nyanners like 11 years to get to where she is today. Just because they seemed like they were involved in other communities doesn't mean they actually were. Each and every one of them niched down into something and really focused on that. For Nyanners, it was VTubing and singing. For me, I'm trying to balance between a full-time job, social media, art commissions, streaming on Twitch, and making YouTube videos, and that's a lot of work.
I definitely recommend doubling up on your streaming and videoing. Like, talk about the stuff that you're passionate about on your streams, even when you're playing a game completely unrelated. Just cut that into segments, put that onto YouTube. That will help you grow, I swear to God.
Realizing how many projects I had going on made me realize I need to buckle down and start picking a niche I actually want to make content of. Okay, so niche down and focus on a community, that's how you grow, right? Not really, no. What? No, wait a minute. Sticking to one community and focusing on a niche did improve what type of content I want to make, but it didn't help me grow as a VTuber because I was so half-hearted into being a VTuber. How can you be half-hearted VTuber? Is that lore? What I mean is, I wasn't truly a part of the VTubing community, nor was my content really resonating with them. It was just kind of there like every other VTuber posting videos and streaming. I wasn't standing out or doing anything unique. My content was simply just existing. And we all know from Rick and Morty that existence is pain, bobas. It made me feel kind of alone. Seeing Nyanners and all other popular VTubers get close to each other made me realize how important it is to actually communicate with people. And that's when you grew more? Nope, I still didn't grow from that. Well, okay, I kind of did, but not in the way I expected. I did keep growing in numbers, but that's just because all my followers were just VTubers. I made the mistake of trying to be friends with every single VTuber I found on Twitter.
Yeah, that happens. You do try to, you want to try and spread out your network of who you're able to, collaborate with and stuff, but if just your followers are just VTubers, you're not really going to be growing from that per se. It'll help spread your name better because other people that have established communities will be able to see their Oshi interacting with you favorably, and that can help draw people over. But oh my god, it's going to take so long. You really need to focus more on that 24/7 content that people can come across, like YouTube videos, like TikToks.
I thought if I was friends with everyone, then I could do collaborations with them and that'll boost my popularity. But Mari, isn't that actually a good way to grow as a VTuber? Yeah, it is, but only if you do it in the right way.
sorta true.
I really don't like collaborating with people. Okay, wait, let me rephrase that. I love collaborating with people, but I don't like the process of setting up collaborations. It is
Mood. Okay, I get that. Like, it is a lot of fun to just chat with random people. I really love doing that. I love playing games with people too. But my problem is, for me anyways, that it's very, very hard for me to just take any sort of game and then turn it into a segment kind of thing. Like, because if I only have, like, on average 2 days a week to actually stream, and it's really, really hard for me to have a gaming stream if I haven't prepped for any videos for the upcoming week. It's kind of why I've been mixing some of my gaming content in with longer videos that I've been watching. Keeping a distance from people you feel is sketchy may also be a good option. Never know who will be the troublesome one. Oh yeah, that's absolutely true.
so stressful to set up. I know I want to make friends, and I know it's good to collaborate with other content creators, but the actual thought of messaging people, asking them if they'd be interested in collaborating, planning what we're gonna stream and setting up the time, then hoping they don't cancel is so mentally draining. Okay, yeah, that does sound like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. It's not as much if you're an extrovert, but like it's oh my god, you add in time zones and holy shit. Just trying to schedule all those interviews for the 24-hour stream I did. Holy shit, that was a nightmare to schedule.
Also went about it the wrong way. I kid you not, when I first started my VTuber Twitter, I legit messaged every single follower on my followers list doing this like introduction pitch. I was hoping that the small talk could help me build a relationship with them, and then we could collaborate, and bam, we both gain more viewers and more followers. Easy, right? No, it's not. I have ADHD, and I already have a bunch of difficulties trying to focus on just answering my emails, let alone DMing hundreds of VTubers. I quickly dropped this because it was so draining and the friendships were just superficial, which still made me feel very lonely. How did you decide to fix it then? Oh, that's easy. I decided to focus less on being everyone's friend and focus more on myself. Now, it's okay to be selfish and take time for yourself to help your personal growth as a content creator.
Yep, more people need to actually realize that. They think that they gotta focus on being the best friend to everybody else instead of focusing on being the best version of themselves that they can be. That leads a lot of people down not the most healthy paths.
Creator. However, as I started viewing making friends as more of a business relationship because I saw the other big VTubers making tweets and videos about the importance of networking. Oh yeah, this is when Neander started getting really big, right? Don't interrupt. But from then, I started noticing the people I talked to and kept in good contact with started getting more popular and collaborating with other people. Their content started getting better, and I was just floored with excitement from their growth. I couldn't believe it. How that stuff actually works in becoming more popular. It even helped me start to grow too, but I wasn't growing at the same speed as my friends. Some of the VTubers uprising were VTubers who I remember I saw make their account only a month or goes before mine. They had literally blown up, and as it was amazing to watch them grow, I couldn't help but feel a little bit jealous of the lack of my own growth. So I wanted to talk to them more and see what they did differently to see how I can learn to grow as they did.
I can relate to that feeling. I've helped shoot somebody over 4,000 followers on Twitter almost overnight before. I can definitely relate to being sort of sad that you're not growing as fast as the others, but like, I mean, that's part of the game. They had a more unique design, I'm gonna say, a less used style of design. I came in pretty late with the succubus aesthetic, honestly. Considering rebranding, but like, how do you stand out in a world of main characters?
Isn't that clout chasing? Yes and no. Clout chasing comes in many different forms and there are different severities. I think every content creator at some point in their career has thought to themselves, wouldn't it be nice if my friend blew up and I blew up too because I'm friends with them? You might not have said it in those exact words, but the thought was still there. This really changed how I interact with people, especially when it came to collaborations. Ooh, Mari became a clout chaser and that's how she grew? Did you not listen, VTuber-chan? I said it affected how I interact with people, not why I interact with them. I tried to get closer to the friends that were becoming popular, thinking I could learn how to grow my own content, and by associating with them more, it'll help me grow in some sense. Oh, I see where you're going with this. But as long as you're not only friends with them for that reason, then it's not something you need to worry about. Okay, so
I mean, yeah, if it makes a lot of sense that you want to. We're all creators. We all want to grow. We want more eyes drawn to our platform. It's the big issue is not that you're considering the possibility of the clout from both of you continuously growing. It's don't make that the entirety of why you're friends with somebody. Like, have a little bit deeper connections with people. Like, I'm not friends with VTubers because of their Twitter following. I assume they're not friends with me because I'm bigger on YouTube. I assumed it was because we liked each other, but you never really know.
niche down, focus on one community, make friends, do collaborations, and that's how you grow. Now, don't misunderstand. I was on the same page as you with that summary. I thought I understood what all those meant, but I actually didn't. I wanted to grow as a content creator, but not at the expense of my friend's popularity. I'm obviously not my friend, just like how I'm also not Nyanners. So while it's cool to be associated with people who have a following, it's not guaranteed that you'll grow from it. You don't know what everyone's intentions are, which led me to my next mistake. Friends don't lie. Since I messaged all these people in the VTubing community and started niching down my content, people started following me and talking to me more, but it was weird because it almost felt like they were having literal crushes on me. Oh yeah, I have lots of VTuber crushes. And it's totally fine to crush over other VTubers, just be aware that this amount of affection might not always be genuine.
Yeah, like, honestly, when I say that I have like a crush on somebody, I'm openly jokingly saying like I've got a parasocial crush, and I usually also add platonic to it, because like I try to really push the thing that I have a joking crush essentially on somebody, like Glow the succubus. I'm pretty sure I've said to them publicly that I've got platonic parasocial crush on them, and like we're pretty cool. We don't DM too much, but I'm pretty sure we're cool. I like them. Not trying to reinvent the wheel. Trying not to reinvent the wheel can be unique because you're unique in your personality. Yeah, I know. Like, in terms of like my design and stuff, and like my personal growth, it's explicitly come from the kind of content, like niching down on the commentary content has really been what's been helping me. It's been giving me that steady, consistent growth over time. Obviously, it's slowed down this last month because I've missed a lot of streaming. I missed a lot of content, but it's steadily been growing for the last few months that I've actually been putting out this kind of content.
Remember I said I am probably not the only one who gets a little jealous watching my friends get more popular than me. As I started getting more popular, some of my friends got jealous of me too, and it eventually led to some of them hating me. OMG, Mari, how could anyone hate you? I'm not everyone's cup of tea.
Here's the thing. What was that phrase? What was that phrase? It was from Boy George's song. Popularity breeds contempt. That's how the song "Do You Really Hate Me" or "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me" or whatever, however that one opens. And that's honestly true. You can be the nicest, friendliest person in the world, and there will still be people who hate you for whatever reason. Not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody will vibe with what you do. You want to focus on the ones that do.
And as uncomfy as that thought is, it's bound to happen the more I grow. The more friends I made, the more haters I started to attract, the more obsessive everyone becomes over numbers. Mari, you're making no sense. How can people start to hate you for having friends? Well, I started noticing.
I'm pretty sure it's more of a death by association kind of thing. You're friends with this bad person, so that makes you a bad person. I think it's pretty stupid shit.
A lot of them suddenly become more clingy to me, and I started getting messages by VTubers trying to do that same introduction pitch that I did. This sudden realization of how scummy this behavior actually is and that it was happening to me made me question what the differences are between a positive acquaintance and then an actual friendship. This really put a stunt in my content creation because I felt uncomfortable with what I was doing. I felt like I wasn't really being honest with anyone or myself. It literally just felt like a numbers game. What do you mean by a numbers game? Well, it felt like people were only friends with me in the beginning because they were on the same level as me, but as they grew more popular and I stayed the same, they slowly started to distance themselves from me. Then I had people who were on a lower level than me trying to push being more aggressively friendly to me. Then as they started getting popular, they did the same thing, distancing themselves. It made me start to feel a lot of pressure about my following and my numbers and less about the content that I enjoyed. I started blaming everything on myself for not being successful without actually knowing why. I kept asking myself, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I have the same amount of energy and motivation like every other VTuber? Do I have nothing to offer for my own content? These questions haunted me, and I lost so much sleep and friends over because I started second guessing everything. This made me become distant from everyone in the community. I just started thinking negatively. Sure, those people were getting popular, but they were getting popular from drama and doing the same scummy tactics I thought was right. It was affecting my mental health a lot. But Mari, how did you manage to keep posting on YouTube and stream regularly? I started watching Yanners and other popular VTubers again, and then I realized something. No matter how tough things might get for them, they always find a way to still smile and create content on things that they enjoy.
The trick is to make content you actually enjoy. It's what'll keep you coming back. If you're only making content for the clicks, you're not putting your all into that content, and it's going to come across, and people can tell, and it is going to affect your growth. You want to make the stuff that you actually like, that you want to see more of, that you're actually going to put effort into doing.
They don't ever talk about how many friends they have or show a lot of care about focusing on their numbers. Under those avatars, they are still human and have similar struggles just like me. Yet they don't let it stop them from doing what they love. I notice how they take any difficulty and turn it into something creative that everyone can resonate with. It wasn't about the quantity, but the quality they'd surrounded themselves in both their content and their friend group. I started feeling a lot better ever since I distanced myself from the toxic mentality that some people brought into the VTubing community. I also stopped listening to the advice of all these popular VTubers constantly tweeting out to new and upcoming VTubers like you and myself, and I started focusing on what I can do to spread more positivity and support into the community. I wanted to give back and show my appreciation to actual friends. This is when I actually started to grow. Did you know it has taken me 6 years to create this YouTube channel? Even after all my friends kept bugging me about making one for a long time because they believed I would make a great YouTuber. I just honestly didn't believe them. I just thought if I surrounded myself with so much information and build a following, then I would make good content. But it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, that's a trap so many people just fall into. They think my content will be better when I have the viewers. No, your content will always be the same. It'll get better as you do it, but you're not really going to change just because you've got more viewers now. Hey, Demon Fox.
good content will build your following. Also focusing less on how many views or follows I get from each post or video upload or when I'm live streaming, and paying attention to the feedback and how others perceive my content was way more important. This is actually how the biggest VTubers grew. It still involves all the same words: niching down, community building, making friends, and collaborating. But the difference is not focusing on the numbers from each of those aspects. So what do we focus on in those aspects? The quality, of course. Everything just comes down to how passionate you are about becoming a VTuber and how well you can show that passion through your content and conversing with others.
True. It is fully about how much you portray yourself and your enthusiasm for what you're doing. Because if you're really letting it show that you're not having a great time because only 1 or 2 people are watching you, it's just going to make those 1 or 2 people leave. You gotta focus on what makes you happy, what makes you enjoy what you're doing. Is that focusing on a really good game in Halo or COD or whatever? Then do it. Just don't focus on this would be more fun if more people were watching. Because of course it would be more fun if more people were watching. But people don't watch for your numbers. They watch for you. They want to see the fun that you're having through your content. They want to live vicariously through your content.
What Nierners does is truly incredible. She might have made similar mistakes I made, but the way she overcame those mistakes really shines through in her personality and her content. She never ever looks at anyone like a number. Even though she streams to thousands of people, she talks as if she's speaking to them each individually. I learned a lot from my mistakes and decided to overcome them too. I realized that all these little mistakes just literally meant this one giant mistake, and that was focusing too much on numbers. People are not numbers.
Bro.
You are not a number, and I am not a number. Changing my mentality has allowed me to see that I have been growing as a content creator all along. I might not be in the stardom level like Nierners, but I don't need to be. Nierners didn't start that way either. Nobody truly does, and anyone who says that they got lucky is literally lying to your face, because that's not how it works. Everything reminds you of something. Every boba that watches, likes, subscribes, or even comments on my videos just shows that I am successful because it took an actual person behind that username to do all of those things. If I can
True.
make one person resonate with me and my content in some way, then that means I am growing as a VTuber. I hope listening to my story made you realize that you are growing too, just like your favorite famous VTuber. You're growing at your own pace, and making mistakes is part of the content creation journey. If you have any questions you would like to ask me, or if you would like to share something about yourself with me and everyone else watching this video, then please leave a comment down below and I will definitely reply to you. Thanks for watching, Bobas. I hope you enjoyed the tea time. Bye!
God damn. That was fully wrapped up. Nicely done video there, Mari. Definitely leaving a like. Yeah, like so many people will just they focus too much on where they want to be rather than how they're getting there. That was a very nice video. I liked it. They need to really focus more on, or they need to realize where they are at, because a lot of people will think, oh, I'm not growing, and in reality, if they didn't talk about constantly, or they didn't constantly talk about, I wish I was growing more, there would be more people sticking around to their content, because there's a lot of smaller creators that genuinely put out a lot of good content. They just fall into that trap of thinking, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. I'm actually going to subscribe to her. I want to see more. I want to see more of that Mari Yumi.